Very warm welcome on this platform, ma'am, and thank you very much for joining on such a short notice. And ma'am, before starting with the questionnaire, I would request you to just give a brief introduction about yourself, about how long you have been associated with SBPIM, your educational background and professional background in brief.
Thank you, Ajinkya, for having me on this platform. It's wonderful to interact with the students in a new platform due to the COVID, but it is always nice to interact with the people. Say, I'm Dr. Kirti Dharwadkar, Director of SB Patil Institute of Management, which is a group institute of PCET group, which is in existence in last more than 25 years in the market of education sector. I would like to introduce myself as one of the passionate leader who wants to excel in whatever we do. I am basically the economics graduate, done my PhD in economics and HR from different locations of India, which has given me a little bit more exposure of different cultures of India and added more contributed. I would like to mention especially since we have roamed throughout the India due to my parents' job. I done PhD in economics and HR. I worked in industry for more than 12 plus years in HR and then my master's in personal management after I completed my PhD in economics and HR. I stood third in Pune University. I worked in one of the medium scale industry for around 12 plus year as a HR executive and HR manager, and got a lot of experience and exposure to how to handle different kinds of people in the organization. And that's how I get attracted to academics. Though my PhD was completed in 1996, I had an inclination to join industry just because to understand the functioning of industry before coming to academics. I joined academics in 2005 as a HR faculty in DY Patil. I worked there for 5 years and in 2010 I joined SB Patil Institute of Management, which was just a 1 year old organization, and it has given me a complete platform to work upon and implement my ideas the way I want. And today we are around 11-year-old institute, but we are able to make that mark in the field of education where students can give the preference and try to join us to grow in their career. So this is the brief introduction of mine and smaller just highlight what my institute of all about. And I think during the interview, surely the students will get to know that it is pleasure to join SB Patil to grow in their career. So we can proceed through the interview.
Excellent, ma'am. Thank you for the introduction. And ma'am, since you have mentioned that you have been associated with SBPIM for more than 10 years, you have joined in 2010. So basically, I understand that you have held key positions at SB Patil as well as DY Patil throughout your professional career. So what are the factors that keep you connected to the education sector in particular?
Yeah. Basically, when I was in industry, being the HR, I used to interview a lot of people. And after doing my MPM, that is Masters in Personal Management, I started thinking that whenever I am interviewing people or interviewing students who are coming from after their graduation or post-graduation, I used to see that gap. See, most of the industry people keeps on saying that there is always a gap between academic sector and the industry sector. But how many of us, when I was in that side of the scenario, I used to say that how much I am capable to guide these students how to bridge that gap. And am I able to share the knowledge which I have gained throughout my professional career with these aspiring students who wants to come in the corporate sector. So when 2005, before joining the academics at a full-fledged faculty, I used to visit various colleges of management stream to share my knowledge. And it has helped me to give and connect with the students in a better way. And I was able to give and share my knowledge, which I have gained through that 16 years or 14 years, whatever I have spent in corporate. And really, it helped me to bring the clarity in the minds of students that how you can learn to apply the knowledge which you are learning in the classroom, which your faculties are sharing with you. And I was of a strong belief that whenever teachers are teaching in the classroom, they should also get the exposure to the corporate sector. Otherwise, teaching business management students is always difficult, because theoretical knowledge many people can teach because they can learn through the books or the papers they are writing, the research conducted in the different fields, and they can share that knowledge. But if the students come across or students will start asking the questions, faculty should always have a better edge, and which that I have got through my professional career when I entered into academic field. The second is I was believing that when I used to interview students, I used to feel that they have that hesitance. Or sometimes if I try to correlate, कि आप बताओ that whenever whatever you have learned, take example, I am a HR faculty now and economics faculty, how you define economics? Because economics is the basics of every field or every specialization which you choose. Right. So students were not able to correlate what theories they have done, or the recruitment or selection, which is the basic step of entering into the corporate world. So people were not able to correlate that theory. So I decided, no, my professional knowledge will certainly help the students to create that skill in that youth who are budding managers or the people who want to join the corporate sector, or even if they want to join any other sector. Certainly it will give a cutting edge to them to understand what is the actual reality of corporate sector before they actually join the corporate sector. The third reason of my connecting with the education sector is to share of my learning in the life. Many times these experiences certainly give the students a platform to give a thought in choosing their specialization, what kind of job opportunities they have in the market, and certainly how they can or I will say it is a first learning step for them, that what I have learned, what our problem I have faced, they give them a one platform where I can share with them, or my faculties are sharing after discussion with me, and give the students the first-hand experience that fine, if I face this problem in the corporate when I enter, how I can solve it. And the last point, which I feel the gap which we keeps on talking every time whenever we have an interaction, that academics and industry have a skill gap. But actually, I feel that there is never been a connect initiative taken by both the sector. They keep on talking, but nobody has tried to join that hand with various programs, not only just guest lecture, but there are various programs which we should introduce in academic sector or in corporate sector to bridge this gap, and how much we are giving the exposure to the students to bridge that gap. So this was the sharing and connectivity I kept with the education sector to keep myself growing and push my institute in this 12 years or 11 years which I have spent in this organization on the position of professor initially when I joined, and now as a director of the same institute.
Excellent, ma'am. And since you have spoken about the HR things, and you have spoken about the leadership. So, ma'am, what is, as we understand, a leader is someone who drives a team, who drives the institute. In your case, being a director, you are driving an SBPIM in a certain way, or you are driving the faculty at there in a certain way. So, I would like to know, what is, as a director, what is your philosophy of leadership, and how would you describe your leadership style?
Yeah. So basically, I feel that if any person, any individual, be it in any sector, wants to become a leader, it is very essential to clarify your own philosophy. My philosophy of a leadership is that whatever I do, I'm passionate about it. And I try to gain the knowledge maximum in that sector, irrespective whether it is currently useful for me or it won't be. Because knowledge can be used, and you cannot predict that this knowledge will be useful at this time or in any day in a future. So gathering knowledge should be the hunger of every leadership quality which every person should have. I believe that being in a leader, you should develop that trust among the stakeholders who are looking at you for their shaping of their future. So my philosophy is the hunger for knowledge, gain knowledge, and trust building capacity as a leader. I define my leadership style as a transformative leadership as well as the constructive leadership. Now, why I built as a transformative leadership. When I joined this organization, it was very raw. No other person who was working in this organization had that exposure. But slowly, gradually, we have developed the culture, which is little different than all other organizations in the same sector. And we have seen that my faculties get transformed and develop that hunger for the gaining, or I will say, absorb the new knowledge in themselves and try to utilize that knowledge for the growth of the students and transform them also to become a leader. Be they are the HR faculty, or be they are the finance faculty, operation, or any other, they should also become leader in their own field. So that was my, what you call the efforts to grow this organization. And constructive is to imbibe that ethics in my faculty, that students are coming with the hope that they should get maximum support, the knowledge, and the growth-oriented environment in this organization. So this is called the constructive leadership. I should give that freedom to my faculty to grow that students to lead their career, show them the career path, that how they can become their dream positions, or how they can become the dream person when they enter into the corporate, and what are the career path you can show them, that how they can lead themselves when they enter into the career in the corporate. So see, if I am able to deliver that constructive leadership into my faculty, in return, they will give, because I cannot access to each and every student. Right. So who are my mascots? My faculty are my mascots. So first, I believe that I should construct them. I bring them that change, what I see in my students. So they are going to deliver that in their classroom. So this is the way I feel the constructive leadership also work. My faculty is having a wonderful team nature, and that is the reason my students also gain that knowledge through what vision I have in my mind to change their future and achieve their dreams through my faculty, through my college, and grow in their career.
Great to hear that, ma'am. And ma'am, being the director of SB Patil Institute of Management, how do you strategize about the key programs and plans for the college and for the marketing and administration of your school?
See, Ajinkya, I would like to here mention that we are really fortunate to have a wonderful alumni. Okay. Now, See, most of the times your college get the publicity, and our philosophy of our trust is that don't do the false marketing. So we are believing on the concept of mouth publicity, and we are really fortunate to have a wonderful alumni who are connecting many students. 70% of our admission is based on the mouth publicity and through our alumni. It is a really big chunk. And you won't believe that basically our philosophy to strategize our marketing and other administrative is through bonding. So our basic learning here is that how you can create that learning point or the learning platform for our student here in SBPIM, which student will happily gain the knowledge, apply that and grow in the market. So the marketing is done through our alumni first, then through alumni we are getting connected with the different segments of the society, and the mouth publicity is the best tool which we have received through our students only. And the last is, which I would not like to fail to mention, is the trust and the belief of our student in our institute. And they, without telling, there are students who come to take the admission that without SBPIM, they don't look at any other college whenever they enter into our college. We are really fortunate to have such kind of bonding with our student, which create the automatic PR for our next admission. And the last is our administration department has a wonderful PR with the students, which helps us to create that future bonding and future connection with the students. So this is our open and shut marketing strategy.
Great marketing strategy, ma'am. Madam, since you have spoken at the start of the interview that there is a gap between what industry expects out of the student and what MBA or an engineering student gets out with the knowledge. So how does curriculum of SB Patil ensures the best practice of the industry, and how do you try to bridge that gap?
Okay, so this is a wonderful question also, and this is, I think, most of the segment of education sectors are facing that. Right. Basically, I believe that knowledge do not have any limitation. We are AICT affiliated and university permanently affiliated institute. We have certain limitation regarding the syllabus and everything, but there is no boundaries for going beyond the syllabus, what you call the syllabus sector or the syllabus area. So we don't try to limit. We complete the syllabus from the point of view they should clear their exams and score the good marks. But I don't believe that you should limit your knowledge just to syllabus, because syllabus is basically only to relate your scoring. But if you do not convert that scoring into your knowledge, you are not going to get the best corporate positions or the best corporate opportunity to grow in your career. So we believe on the holistic development of the students through exposure with the international speakers, or you can do the different courses and certification during this 2 years course, and the opportunities you are going to get in the coming days. So certifications and the guest lecture interaction with the international guests also open the platforms. Those students cannot take the international certification directly, but certainly they can interact with the international speaker and try to understand how the MNCs and international market looks the Indian students and Indian budding managers and what kind of skill set they are hunting for. So students get sufficient time to develop those skills through various programs and various certification. So whenever they are entering into the corporate sector and open for the job, they can and capable to get the MNC opportunities for themselves. We support them with various program and the certifications, and during the classroom teaching also, we believe that the students should have the experiential learning and participative learning and problem solving learning pattern. So my faculty give that platform to the students. And we are also having the exposure directly to the industry through the training and the the MDP programs my faculties are conducting. There we give the opportunity to the students to assist them. So what happens, they are directly going to industry, and while assisting, they understand and analyze the corporate executives while their training program. So they end up into getting the interactive session with these corporate people, and they understand that how they should develop the acumen in themselves if they are going, after 2 years, they are going to enter into the corporate market. So there are various platforms which we provide to bridge that gap into the their 2 years program, so that they should not feel that they are really alien when they enter into the market. Because many times I have seen that the cultural shock which MBA students get when they enter into corporate world, and it is very difficult for them to bear that shock. So we provide that cushion to the students to be adaptive, learn to accept the things and situation comes whatever their way, and give that turning in your mind to think on that positively and be adaptive to the newer challenges and the situation, so that you can sail through very easily to the corporate sector.
Excellent, ma'am. I think it is very well planned for a student to start education and then go through this 2 years of the course. Ma'am, you also mentioned that you have joined SBPIM at a very nascent stage. It was only a 1-year-old institute. So when you first came to SB Patil Institute of Management, what was your vision for the institute, and has it evolved over time, and how far along in implementing that vision are you?
Yeah, it is a wonderful journey I would like to mention here. The first of all, when I joined, everything was new for me. So I feel that it is really an opportunity for me to paint a canvas which was totally black. And I got an opportunity to paint the institute the way I wanted, or my team who has joined later to me, and we have really shaped it. Is one of the best institute of Pune city as well as in India to some extent. Now, when I joined, my vision was that we should develop a culture, because I am from basically HR. The healthy culture and the competition, which is really healthy to grow among faculties, among students, certainly made this particular organization a growing vision institute. I want my students to be really a job giver, not a job seeker every time. So I really want to mention here that SBPIM really fortunate to shape the career of more than 50 plus students who has started their own venture in this 10 years. And even in many fields, they have come up with flying colors. Some of them have started and joined their family business, but many are like that, who started their own venture, named their own patents, and we have 50 plus entrepreneurs to our kitty, and many more students who are really want to start their own venture. So this has helped me to make our vision that SBPIM wants to develop the entrepreneurs, but not only the job seekers. So this was the one of the best thing happen in this 10 years. The another aspect which we were looking, that students should not only limit themselves to conventional jobs, but they should look for the other jobs like research areas or the analytical skill area. So we have a PhD center at our college where we are promoting students to go for analytical skills also. And many students are very much interested to develop that skill, and they have started writing research papers and started presenting in various conferences and participated in various journals which are UGC recognized or Scopus approved. So these papers help them to develop the research-based knowledge, and ultimately it has developed and lead to the students to get a job into the rating organizations which are rating the big corporates like CARE Ratings. Few students are able to grab that opportunity to enter into the companies like CARE Ratings and many other IT companies who are doing an outsourcing job for many other foreign multinational for the rating and analysis part. So we are really happy that students are becoming multifaceted rather than just looking at the opportunities which are just marketing and HR and the finance domain, but they are looking for the analyst part also. This pushes the students to think more and learn how to do the data mining. And the last but not the least, the SBPIM, my vision was to develop the healthy and competitive growth pattern in this organization. So the best teamwork which we experience at SBPIM, be it at a higher level, middle level, or at a student level, everywhere the teamwork and the how to go and work in a team has been learned throughout this 2 years journey, and the faculties here who are working more than 8 years and 9 years don't want to leave this organization. So my vision is to provide that platform to all students as well as faculty, where that bonding between the student and faculty and the teachers among themselves help the SBPIM to grow exponentially over this period.
Great to hear that, ma'am. And ma'am, since nowadays every institute has their own website, they have their own PR material, they have their own marketing teams which do marketing for them. So basically every information of an institute is available online. But can you shed light on some things about your college that people may not know online or people may not able to grasp online?
Yes. See, I believe that we are the creator of success for the expectations which students, parents, and the other stakeholders directly do not express in front of us. But when students join us, we are really trying to satisfy and really satisfy the expectations which they come up with certain imagination and join the SBPIM. I'm definitely sure that when they leave this SBPIM with certain expectations, when after 1 year they come back and they tell us that no ma'am, our journey with SBPIM was unforgettable and really fruitful to get more knowledge which we never expected. Whatever skill set they didn't have in their graduation, SBPIM really provide that platform. The students come from whatever segment of the society. He feels that when he goes out after completion of his 2 years journey, he adds more than 70 to 75 to 80% of new skill set in him, which require to get through very nicely and successfully in a corporate world. Another is the bonding and the trust. I am 100% sure this environment is really rare in any educational sector to build that confidence in the minds of students, that and affirmative and confidence in the students that no, I am going to do best when I will go out of this college. So this is what I feel, that which you cannot see from outside when you are filling the forms or you are opting for any college. But once you enter into SBPIM, I am 100% sure that he takes immense memories of this college, that no, it is 90% contribution this college has to shape me for better future.
Excellent to hear that, ma'am. And ma'am, since we have spoken about education systems in India, so what do you think are the major differences between education system in India and the education system in foreign countries? And in your experience, how can a student who is entering into your institute get an inbound gain from studying at your institute?
See, basically, I feel that international exposure is something different. Those countries are many advanced and everything. But I feel that students should learn the application. What it may be, whatever knowledge you are getting, first try to apply it. Students do not many times question the things. I'm not talking about the negative questioning. I'm talking about that if I am teaching any theory, you should ask the question that ma'am or the sir, how I can correlate this with the current situation. Take an example that you learn certain things on the net. You should be able to ask the teacher. Suppose I taught the Maslow theory to you in OB or in HRM, any theories of leadership. But you should understand that what example I am able to correlate it. So whether Maslow's theory applicable in today's world also, if no, where India stands in the Maslow's theory. So if I am able to create that inquisitiveness in my mind, I don't think so any students will fail to get a good opportunity in the market. So for the students, I will always tell that be inquisitive, never hesitate. You have paid to any college to gain the knowledge. So if you are asking, you feel that sometimes it is a silly question. But asking one question by one student, give or disseminate the knowledge for the whole class or remaining 59 students in that class. And that knowledge is automatically get shared. But if I will always hesitate and shy away asking questions, you will find that the knowledge never flows. And you will always deprive to get the knowledge. And you believe on whatever the information available on the social media, it is always correct. Learn the students to filter the knowledge, filter the information available, and grasp and absorb that knowledge which is really fruitful to shape your career. Don't fall prey to the false information available on the social media or just given in the book, and blindly follow the things in front of you. If you will have that inquisitiveness in yourself, you will see that more and more knowledge will flow in your mind through different sources, and you will learn to absorb and apply. You discuss a lot of things with your faculty and colleagues, but try to apply your brain and apply your knowledge through various experiences of yours or the experiences of other people, and develop your own theory to shape your career. That will be my difference. Because practical experience which foreign students get, which our students lack many times, because they hesitate to take the decision. They hesitate to apply the knowledge. They always have that fear in mind. Log kya kahenge if I fail. Remove that fear from your mind that failure is bad. failure is a first step to get a better opportunity.
Excellent, ma'am. Excellent to know that. And ma'am, a last question for you. Since we have faced COVID-19 situation from last 1.5 years, more than 1 year. So many of the current youth have lost their jobs, and many of the students have opted not to go for higher education. So, as a director of an institute, any suggestions that you would like to give to our current youth or the aspiring student who are planning to join any postgraduate program or a undergraduate program?
See, Ajinkya, I will feel that knowledge gaining should not limit anyone or deprive anyone from these temporary situations. I understand the situation is really gloomy and many challenges financially and every way are going to face by the students. But see, this is also one of the challenge which give the students how they can find their way to accept the situation and come out with what they want to do in their career. Post-COVID, I feel that there are various opportunities are going to knock the door of the students. And post-graduation and management degree never die in near future, because we have seen that this COVID situation has thrown a lot of challenges of management. Management is how to manage the critical situation, be it at the national level, be it at the social level, be it at the corporate level. Never thought people, work from home concept was available for IT sector, but not so long. So even IT sector has faced a lot of challenges to manage work from home situation. In manufacturing sector was so difficult to manage it, right? So the opportunities have come up with a lot of challenges for HR, finance and manufacturing sector and IT sector, how to keep the people engaged, how to bring their productivity at a larger scale. So students, I feel that I want to go at a higher level to take a decision and manage the situation, it is really you are going and knocking a lot of opportunities for yourself. So don't hesitate just because that mere paas paisa nahi hai, I am losing the job. So disheartened, the whole world is landed into negative aspect. So nothing is going to come. No, there are a lot of opportunities are going to come. Maybe it will be reducing or shrinking the size of opportunity. But if I will make the things for myself capable enough to face the situation and bring that clarity in my thoughts, that fine, the situation is temporary, but I will flow through, I will pass and swim through these challenges. Nobody can stop you to come up with the new ideas and go for the higher education, because you get a lot of support, financial support through bank, which right. You are not supposed to face immediately. You clear your post-graduation and then pay your installments or that whatever financial returns you are supposed to give it to bank. There are a lot of opportunities, but explore that opportunities, gain your knowledge and share with the society to bring that change which our society has faced. You will see that the data is showing that a lot of new ideas has flown through this COVID situation. Many startups, I think 200 or 300% startup opportunities have grown during this period. So why can't you also grab that opportunity? We assure at our end that we will provide that platform. We will support you to build that confidence, but at least you showed that 10 steps to come forward and ready to fight your what you call the war against this situation and come up with the new ideas and fight back and come through this situation, and we all will come up and swim through this COVID situation, and India will see the new sun, which is more brighter, which is more positive and more challenging in a positive way to bring India with a shining colors. So at SBPI, I'm certainly look forward that new hope and new challenging facing students will join our college to join our hands to shape their career with new avenues and new skill set sharing and shape their career after 2 years. And they can see that people are welcoming them with new confidence and new workforce, which is more equipped with the challenging situations as they have faced the COVID phase very bravely, very strongly, and positive.
Great, ma'am. A great positivity at the end of the interview. Thank you very much for the interview, ma'am. I'm very sure that students who are coming on the collegedunia.com platform are going to get benefited from this. As well as the student, any student who is online will definitely get benefited from this. Thank you very much for the interview, ma'am. Thank you for your time. Thank you for joining on a short notice.
Thank you, Ajinkya, for providing this platform. We are really thankful to College Dunia and sharing my views on this platform.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am, and we look forward to seeing you in person, ma'am, very shortly. Thank you very much.
Thank you.